Okay, interesting. Um, when we speak about resilience, you mentioned
Yeah.
ice bath, and that's one of the newer ways of like,
Yes.
it's the trend right now. And the idea is for anyone who's listening, the ice bath, it looks difficult and it is difficult.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why you would want to enter it because you want to make your nervous system, your brain, and just your body resilient to facing something that's uncomfortable, which a lot of people avoid.
Correct.
And they say like as a generation or as generations are progressing, we're becoming less resilient. Of course, because
Yes.
right now we're in an air conditioned room,
Yes.
away from sunlight. We
Yes.
can we can switch it to be hot or cold. Conveniences are
Yes.
there. But how does someone cultivate resilience where everything in the world is getting so easy
Yeah.
that it's so easier, like it's easy not to be resilient enough?
Sure. I think the main cultivation would be empathy.
Okay.
So, as we touched upon this a little earlier in our conversation, there is a war going on very close by to where we are in Dubai.
Hmm.
If I empathize, then life is not easy. If I care not, if I choose not to care, then I can be in my bubble. And then I need a hack to train my resilience. But if I'm alive to life, that so many people in the city we are in are struggling for a meal in a labor camp. So many people are struggling just outside. The people here, their families are struggling. My families, for example, in India, may be struggling something else. My friend may be going through depression. I may be going through heartbreak. If I don't insulate myself from life, resilience training is happening 24/7. If I insulate myself from life, then I lose my resilience. So I would say that the main thing to develop resilience is to have empathy and to be able to understand that everything is not smooth sailing, everything is not sweet.
That's interesting. I think you're the first person that I'm hearing who's presented it that way. Because a lot of people would be like, oh, yeah, just be stronger and do like the breath work or do red light or whatever.
Correct.
But to have empathy, to be aware of what's going on so you understand you are actually a part of the system and like all these things are not, you're not immune to them.
Correct.
You might be the most healthiest, you might be living till 150, you might have all the biohacks, but you're certainly not, you know immune to all of these things. This can happen to you anytime.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
How do you meditate a lot? Are you
I do.
okay?
I-
What happens to time when you're meditating or the perception of time? Because when you're looking at social media, time disappears.
Yeah.
When you switch on the Netflix show or documentary or whatever,
Correct.
time disappears.
That's right.
But then when you want to send that email or like when you're doing an Excel work or something that you don't like,
Correct.
you feel that time is not going away.
Yes.
Or if you're like left in a room without your phone, suddenly seems much more longer than, time becomes longer. So I want to know like from your standpoint or from a yogi standpoint, is there anything specifically mentioned about this whole perception of time?
I'll just share one interesting thing before
Yeah.
I get into that. So I often in my workshops, I ask people to just close their eyes and I tell them start from now and let me know whenever you feel 1 minute is over, raise your hand.